and much more. And with this information, NOAA can actually provide a better forecast to the public, and that data then ingested into a lot of the models. So our national correspondent, Justin Michaels, joins us now from Lakeland, Florida, where NOAA hosted a media kickoff event as we head into hurricane season. Justin, tell us about the sail drones and other new technology this year. I know you interviewed last time. They say they dropped these sail drones from the aircraft themselves.
Yeah, they can deploy them in a couple different ways, but it's amazing, Chris, because you just showed video. Well, let me show you what one is like in real life. Here is one of the sail drones from the company Sail Drone. It's kind of amazing because this is filled with technology and sensors, and it truly does sail. There is no other propulsion on these drones, and what they do is gather data, the likes of which we've never been able to gather before. Now, Matt Womble is the Director of Ocean Programs and Sales as far as the data goes. He helps create the technology to collect all the data that this thing is collecting to help us better understand these storms. But you might think to yourself, what does that thing have to do with me? If I'm in Florida and I'm trying to prepare my family for hurricane season, what is this thing actually doing? Well, listen.
There could be somebody sitting in Florida seeing a forecast for a storm and it's projected to be a Category 1, and they may wake up the next morning and it may be a Category 3, right? That's a very monumental shift in the thought process, right? So the ability for us to be able to provide NOAA with data that may improve their ability to tell that person it's going to be a Category 3 or Category 4 sooner and allow them to make a better informed decision for themselves and their family is an important thing and something that we're very proud to be helping with.
So remember, all the data it collects and all the data that this organization, NOAA, collects going into hurricane season is to help you stay safe and make good decisions. And a way that this did that by providing data that's never been gotten before was back in 2021 during Hurricane Sam. It was a Category 4 storm, and in fact, this is a photograph taken by Sail Drone 1045 of a 100-foot swell. And what this did and what 1045 did on that day when it captured this photograph was notice an increase, not a decrease, but an increase in water temperature as the hurricane went over. The sail drone, at the point, they thought it was actually malfunctioning. Well, it wasn't malfunctioning. In fact, Greg Foltz, who is a NOAA researcher and oceanographer who specializes in taking all this data and turning it into forecasting, he told us about the science behind why that water temperature was increasing as opposed to decreasing as the storm went past. Watch.
It was measuring an increase in the temperature of the surface of the ocean as the strongest winds went by, which usually we don't see that. We see cooling. We see the strong winds mix up colder water and cause cooling. So we looked into that and saw that the salinity of the ocean had actually allowed the temperature to increase with depth. So it was mixing up warmer water and causing the ocean to warm, and that can affect the intensity because that gives more fuel, more heat energy to the hurricane to allow it to intensify.
And since then, since 2021, we have learned more and more about that rapid intensification. You hear that a lot on the Weather Channel, how these storms are increasing in wind speed and in their power in a very short period of time. Well, of course, when you have warmer water getting warmer as the storm goes past, that is only going to help fuel what could be rapid intensification. But it's not just things like this amazing sail drone. And again, I want to point this out. This drone has no propulsion system except for that wing, that sail right there. They set 2 points and they set a parameter as far as the width, and it will tack and jibe. If you're a sailor, you know what those terms mean. It'll tack and jibe and go the entire length. The longest time one of these was in water in operation, 370 days with no human interaction. Incredible. Now, this accompanied by that Miss Piggy, one of the Hurricane Hunter planes, and all these other drones. Some of them are in research and development, but all this technology gives us information, and it all adds to the wealth of knowledge we need to make forecasts. Watch.
We have a 3-tiered approach, and really all 3 of those legs are critical, right? So we have the drones, the uncrewed aircraft flying at low levels. We work with a private company called Sail Drone and a public-private partnership to get their robotic sailboats right in to study that air-sea interface. And we work with university partners to operate the ocean buoyancy gliders that are giving us that ocean heat content. And it's that combined picture of the low-level winds, the air-sea physics, and the ocean heat content that's going to lead to better forecasts.
And that better forecasting only helps you make better decisions. Of course, we're going to give you those forecasts on the Weather Channel, but it's only because of this technology and even planes like that. The plane's name is Gonzo, providing a
Protect your dog from heartworm disease every month with HeartGuard Plus Chews. Digestive and neurologic side effects have been reported. For a limited time,